Hi, everybody. I wanted to do this year in the hopes that parents that couldn't make it to open house will have the chance to watch this video and get the same information that everybody else gets. I also thought it might streamline open house a little bit so that way I'm sure that everybody gets the same information no matter when you come. I'm going to go a little quickly, so if there are questions at any point in time, just kind of save them until the end and we'll try to get through them all, or shoot me an email or a message if you're watching this video outside of open house. A couple quick things about grading. I've changed to a mastery-based system or standards-based system this year where the kids can keep track of how they're doing in each specific topic that we're talking about. They're going to get a score of 0 through 5. I sent this out in email to everybody. So those are what the scores stand for. Kids are trying to get a 3. I'm minimum on everything because a 3 is going to tell them that they're good enough at that learning target. So when it comes time for the test, they should be able to get enough points and everything that they should be able to easily, I don't want to say easily, they should be able to pass the assessment, and get a score around a 70, hopefully, if they are able to do everything they know how to do. Obviously, we're all trying to get as good as we can, but we go into this understanding that trying to get a 5 on everything is going to be very difficult, and not everyone's going to be able to do that. But we're trying to hit that 3 in everything. So we have that going on, which means that they can reattempt things throughout the unit, and even the assessments, they're going to be able to reattempt things as we go through. So all grades are going to have to get converted into an actual, quote unquote, grade, not really a percent because it's not a percentage anymore for what I'm doing, but this is what the numbers 0 through 5 correspond to in terms of a grade. I have a formula that does it that I did from a statistical thing that I did. That I can give anybody that wants it, but it's complicated looking, and I didn't think it needed to be on here. Real quick about how class operates. So the kids have basically 2 things they do with me. They work in OneNote and they work in Schoology. Now, unfortunately, Schoology is going to be going away at the end of the year, so I'm in the process of trying to convert to a new system instead of Schoology, but that's not set up yet. So for right now, OneNote and Schoology. Their practice and things like that are all in OneNote. They all have videos for every problem. They have videos introducing the topics. So if a kid misses class or doesn't understand something or just needs a little bit of extra help when they're doing something, they always have that. A real quick glance at what this looks like is if I pick this topic in their notes right here, it has videos next to everything in their notes as they go down through. So each problem has a video solution right next to it. I do this for every single thing that we do all year that's not something that's graded. I always give them the videos. And the graded things, usually I push the videos out after the grading is done. So they have that for every single thing that we do throughout the year. In Schoology, they have 2 different things that'll happen. They'll have self-assessment quizzes, which is a very, very quick quiz. And I should be able to jump in Schoology here real quick. This is my student account in Schoology that I use to test things. So they have individual self-assessment quizzes. It'll give them some random questions on a topic. They all should have the same name as the corresponding thing in OneNote. Just a really quick example here. If I go to this specific one right here, it gives me some random questions. They're not always going to be the same on that topic, and I can try them, and it'll give me a score 1 through 5, kind of giving me an idea of how I'm doing. It's not going to be a perfect example of it because it's not grading my work. It's just grading my answers, so it's all or nothing. Throughout the unit, the kids are also going to have more I grade them, and so more accurate grades on some check-in quizzes. We'll do at least 1 per learning target, so there'll be random things that happen on certain days when they go throughout the year, throughout the unit, and they'll be able to do that, and that'll give them a very clear picture of where they are. If their score is low, they'll know if they need to go back and do some review or get some help from me. The end of unit assessments will look a little different just because they're going to be split up by topics. So the kids and really the primary reason is so the kids can hone in on certain things when they're working, and when they want to retry something, they know specifically what topic they need to review and then retry. Kids get 2 other assignments with me, take-home quizzes, which you maybe have already seen them working on because they've had 4 or 5 of them. They get 1 a week. It's posted on Friday, and it's due the following Friday. There are 2 or 3 problems. For right now, they may go up to a little bit more work later in the year. But for right now, there are 2 or 3 problems. The kids have all week to do it. So if they do it early in the week, that's good because they have the ability to ask me for help as much as they want. I'll do the questions with them if they find time to talk to me. They also can get them checked as many times as they want, and I'll comment on them and tell them different mistakes they made. So realistically, the students, if they start them early and take the advantage of having me check them, they should be able to get 100 whenever they turn them in. The other thing is they'll have unit review assignments for each unit that they'll get early in the unit, and they'll be able to work on throughout the unit. That will directly prepare them for the test, give them the same kind of ideas in terms of topics and types of questions and things they're going to see on the unit assessments. Those do count as a grade also when we're trying to, we're putting their grades into the grade book. Those do count as a grade in my class, so they count as a good grade. Extra help. I try to be as available as possible for extra help. Typical year, I'm in school after school until 3:30, 3 or 4 days a week. With what we've got going on right now, I'm doing all of my extra help sessions in teams so that everybody has an equal opportunity to come to them. And that way, with everybody on teams, everyone has an equal opportunity to get help. If people are in the room and some people are on teams, sometimes it creates a little bit of a disadvantage to the people that are on teams, and I don't want to do that. So I'm having everybody on teams for the extra help sessions. They're all scheduled. They're in their calendars. They'll say Mr. Flint, extra help optional in them. I try to do 4 or 5 a week, a couple in the morning before school, a couple after school. Usually one of the after school ones will be later in the evening, like 5 or 6 or 7. Kids can come and go. So if they come for 10 minutes and then they leave and then they need to come back, all of that's completely open. They can do all those things. Schoology messages are the easiest way for the kids to get in contact with me. Because my phone will buzz when I get them during the day. I shut it off when I go home usually so it doesn't buzz. But usually I try to check them at least once a night so that they don't pile up. And I've got, 20 or 30 of them kind of stacked up in the morning. I send a lot of email updates to parents. If you have not gotten any email updates from me, it means I don't have your email address. It means that if you want those updates, just send me an email at the email address I'll put up here below, or send me a talking point with your email in it so that I can add you to the list. I have a lot of emails that are automatically generated, so anytime something is graded or an assessment's taken or any assignments due or at 5 weeks or 10 weeks, I try to send an automatic email out that just gives you a little bit of information, and then if you want more information, you can reply and ask. I keep my grades on Infinite Campus as much as possible. Typical year, I have them in there the day anything is turned in. This year, it's been a little more chaotic, so it's taken me a day or two sometimes, but I'm still trying to keep things in there as fast as I can, with everything that's going on. So email, there's my email address right there on the screen, chadflint@eastlyon.monroe.edu. That literally is on all day, every day during school. I try to check it at least once at night and once on the weekend. Voicemail is a little hairy because my voicemail light doesn't come on when I get one. I try to remember to check it, but I don't always remember to check it. So if you do want to speak to me on the phone, best thing to do is send me an email or a talking points that says, ask me to give you a call and make sure I have your number. And then that way I will call you, as soon as I get a chance. But email is the easiest way for us to communicate in most instances. So if you have any questions and you're in open house right now, I'm going to stop the video and you guys are free to ask me anything you need to know. If you're watching this video because you couldn't make it to open house and you do have a question, send me an email, send me a talking points, and we'll get this figured out, because above all, I just want to work with everybody and get as much success for every kid as we can, whatever level of success the students and you want to achieve. I want to work with you to get there. All right, so let's have a good year. And if there's any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much, everybody.